Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, welcome to Oilers After Dark post-game reaction. Oilers took on the Ottawa Senators. This is episode 97. We are the real Oilers. Talk for the Oilers fan. And today I'm going to get into it right quick because there was a lot to talk about, a few milestones to talk about, some goods, some bads, but mostly good. There was just a few bad plays, but we don't need to harp on those. We'll get right into that. Oilers did win 6-3. Ottawa coming in after a loss to Calgary. Edmonton obviously coming in after a loss to Toronto. Shellacked. It's good to win sometimes. We start off by a Derek Ryan goal, assisted by McLeod and Short. Oilers up 1-0 pretty early in the game, and it was pretty good to see that line produce. Again, no Hyman tonight. He's out day to day. We don't want to speculate. Could be flu, could be just bumps and bruises. Day to day is day to day, right? We just kind of deal with that as we go. Then the Oilers get into a penalty trouble a little bit here. Ottawa was 1 for 5 on the power play. Oilers ended up 1 for 3. Skinner did take the net today, so that's a good thing. Skinner took the net and bounced back from Toronto and looked good. He looked really good. But, again, calls cannot be... You cannot give refs opportunities if you are the Edmonton Oilers to call a penalty on you. Especially in the offensive zone. McLeod, I'm looking at you, guy. Whether Zub was already falling or not, you can't give the ref even the glimpse of a penalty. So, of course, Ottawa gets a power play. And wouldn't you know it, Desharnais, it bounces off his foot. I feel bad for the kid. Like, he's playing stellar defensively. And it just bounces off his foot, and it's a goal. Tkachuk gets the goal. 1-1. Then we get a bit of Foegele-Hopkins magic. Hopkins passes behind the net to Foegele. Foegele passes it in front to Draisaitl. Draisaitl scores! 2-1 Oilers. Now, it barely went across the line. Whether it goes across the line and ripples the twine, or it goes across the line, you got to review it. It's behind the line. It's a goal. 2-1 Oilers. Oilers get a late power play, because that's what Oilers do. They get a late power play. And this one looked like the Oilers of old. The Edmonton Globetrotters came back in fashion. Please cue the circus music. While we pass him. Bouchard, I'm gonna pick on Bouchard a little bit in this video. Not because I don't love the kid. He's growing. Just some plays need to be made better and faster. He had the opportunity to shoot, and then he moved farther away from the net and shot, and it went 4 feet wide, bounced off the end boards, and you know what happened then. Stützle short-handed goal. 2-2 going into the end of the period. It is what it is. It's a learning experience for the kid. He'll now know that, hey, I can't be taking boosh bombs from the point all the time. Eventually, just a nice little wrister along the ice. It works too. Moving on to the second period, we get a Hopkins goal. Now, this is important because that is .82 on the season. And yes, Hopkins has his bone picture. Oh boy. Point per game for the first time. First time in his career, point per game player, Hopkins. Congratulations on that. Goal was unassisted and it was on the power play. It was passed to him. Again, young Ottawa defenseman. Seen the puck in front of the net. Rushed. Wasn't looking where he was throwing the puck. But it benefited the Oilers. We score. Power play. Up 3-2. Then we move on to the Draisaitl. We get a Draisaitl goal. Again, this time from McLeod and Foegele. Now, you know I talk about butterfly effect a lot, and that's usually because the Oilers are the affected of the butterfly effect. Well, this time they are the affectee of the butterfly effect. Foegele hooks. I don't know if it was Giroux or if it was Stützle. But a hook is a hook is a hook is a hook. By hook or by crook. And that was plain as day. Should have been penalty. Was not called. And what do you know? 30 seconds later, bang! Back of the net. You call that penalty. That momentum's not there. We could be talking 3-3. Instead, we're talking 4-2 for your boys, the Oilers. So again, butterfly effect. I say it negatively when it happens to the Oilers. I'm saying it positively when it happens to the Oilers this time. The butterfly effect's real, folks. It's crazy how you look back on things and be like, well, that instance, well, that wasn't. Just is what it is, right? But the Oilers did not stop there. No, sirree, Bobby. We got a 4-2 Oiler lead. And on top of that, that was Draisaitl's 100th point. So that becomes 100 points for Draisaitl. 4th time in his career he's done that. Not too shabby, my guy. Again, Oilers aren't done. Bukestad gets a goal, assisted by Ekholm and Costin. 5-2 Oilers going on to the 3rd period. Now, if you thought this game was over and done with, you have not been paying attention to the Ottawa Senators as of late. They are a really good team. They are a young team. They are an up-and-coming team, but still a good team. Stützle scores again. Make that 5-3 for Edmonton. Ooh. And again, the hits, they keep on coming. Bouchard finds himself in the box. He got beat flat-footed. It can't happen. You need to play better defensively. And thankfully the Oilers killed it off. But then again, McDavid took a slashing call. Was it a slash? Okay, maybe. But again, you've been letting that go throughout the game. Both ways. As I said, you let the Oilers get away with a few. But I get the score is 5-3. 5-3, and you want Ottawa to get into the game, kind of get it close. And this is the last time I talk about Bouchard in a negative way this game. Brutal giveaway. Growing pains. I understand. I'm all about them. But thank goodness for 7-4 in net. Skinner bailed that kid out, not one time, but twice. Oh, man. Claude Giroux had a breakaway from hash marks. Probably a little higher than hash marks. He had time to decide left, right, backhand, forehand, between the legs, top shelf, off the bar, posting in. He had time to think about what he was doing. Thankfully, Skinner made 2 phenomenal saves, and the Oilers held their 5-3 lead. And that's where Connor McDavid says, hold my beer, I'll get the empty netter, because I haven't had one of these in a while. And he scores an empty netter, making it 6-3 for the Oilers, assisted by Kane and Nurse. McDavid on that goal now has 129 points on this season, and this is why he's going out there. So we got some Draisaitl's to be featured, some Hopkins that's going to be featured, and a little bit of McDavid magic. Like I said, 129 points. On the season, best active player, most since Lemieux with 161 in 1994-95. That's what I said, 1994-95. I don't think most of you guys were alive back then. That was some good years of hockey. Last Oiler to do the 129-point special. Trivia question. Mark Messier in 1989-90. That's right. Mark Messier had 129 points back in 89-90. Draisaitl now has 100 points of the season. 4th time in his career. I already mentioned that. Hopkins also 82 points. First time in his career that he's been a point a game. This Oilers team is special. What these players on this team are doing is special points-wise. It's special locker room-wise. It's special leadership-wise. Everything's special, all things considered. The ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the valleys, the peaks. It's leading to something special. For me personally, I'm hoping that we get a quick 16 wins in the playoffs. That's all it takes, right? 16 wins. We're officially, after today, 14 games remaining. 14 games remaining in the schedule. And it doesn't get easier. Vegas right now is first in the Pacific Division. They also have 14 games. LA is 87. They have 14 games. We have 82. And this is where the convolution happens. This is where it all gets fun. Seattle has 81, but they have 15 games remaining. Anything can happen between now and April. April 15th, anything can happen between now and then. Oilers could either be wild card number 2 or number 1 in the Pacific. Could be number 1 in the conference. But that's enough from me. Thank you for watching. Like always, my name is Matt for Oilers After Dark. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Tell all your friends. We got a game on Thursday. Dallas is in town. Them pesky Stars with some really good goaltending and some really good forwards. It's going to be a game to watch. A need to win for the Oilers to keep pace with what the rest of the division is doing. Thank you again. Peace.